It's panic time. The left is absolutely losing its mind over Trump in the Bronx yesterday. Reports of 25,000 people showing up for a Republican. Meanwhile, earlier this week in New Hampshire, this was a Joe Biden crowd. Take a look at this. The crowd had barely enough people for a bingo tournament, and the energy wasn't exactly electric. Oh, Carl, that was before Biden got there. Yeah, it was like 20 minutes before Biden got there. Trump got people tailgating 20 hours before his rallies. And Trump was speaking. As he was speaking, Kathy Hochul had to go over to CNN, and she was just apoplectic.
And that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. He wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here. Be my guest, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. And so go ahead, spend all your time you want in New York, because we'll be with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states.
Okay, look, all his clowns. This is the deplorable comment for Kathy Hochul. Again, and this is exactly why people are exiting the Democratic Party en masse. Made up fake rallies. Does this look made up to you? Not one of these people is paid to be there, and yet here they are. You can't even pay people to show up for Joe Biden. And you think Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states? Which ones, lady? Arizona? No. Georgia? No. Michigan? No. Nevada? Definitely no. Trump's up by 9 there. North Carolina? Negative ghostwriter. He's up by 7 in that state. Pennsylvania? Nope. He tied for Wisconsin somehow. I guess we can give you that one. Look, this is all great news, but while this crypt keeper is out there on CNN telling people that Biden's doing like some great job, the left knows darn well that Trump is going to win, and they're bracing for it.
What do you think if there is another Trump term, what does that mean for the Department of Justice, for the rule of law in this country?
Dire threat to the Department of Justice's autonomy and independence, and to the rule of law generally. And that's why I keep saying to people, I don't know what your concerns are from left or right about Joe Biden, but a vote for anybody but him is a vote for a threat to the rule of law. That's how serious it is.
I thought James Comey had permanently gone away, but he just pops up there on Anderson Cooper's show. No, look, it's a threat to their rule of law. James Comey oversaw the FBI that let Hillary Clinton off the hook with classified emails from a server in her basement where she destroyed evidence with hammers and software. Then, years later, that same FBI executed a search warrant with the authorization of lethal force on the former president of the United States, on Donald Trump. And you're going to sit there, James Comey, and lecture me that Trump is a threat on the rule of law? Pound sand. No, sir. You are a threat, and your ilk and everybody like you is a threat to democracy and the rule of law. Trump is a threat to you. He's a threat to your unchecked, unconstitutional, self-serving power that you wield with impunity and no consequence, apparently. That's what James Comey is worried about, that ending. And this interview got even weirder.
I'm not worried about an uprising of violence on Donald Trump's behalf. I don't think you've seen the crowds anywhere he's gone. I think a message was sent after January 6th that your life will be ruined if you engage in that kind of behavior. And his crowd are not jihadis looking to die for the orange god. They are people who are attached to him as a cult leader in a way, an entertainment figure, but they're not going to lay themselves down for him.
Cult leader? Really? Well, I mean, look, if whatever this is of a cult is low gas prices, world peace, 2% mortgage rates, I mean, give me the Kool-Aid, Jimmy. And then he got to the real meat and potatoes of what they really think, and that they almost never say.
Is the institution not strong enough, or the pillars of the foundation of justice in this country, I mean, are they strong enough to withstand a Trump term?
I guess it depends on what you mean by withstand. Yeah, the institution would exist 4 years if he left after 4 years.
Oh, my God. Let's unpack this. This is the former head of the FBI, folks, who just said if he leaves after the first 4 years. He's insinuating that Donald Trump would refuse to turn over the presidency to the next person. What evidence do you have to think that he wouldn't leave after his term? I mean, seriously. Did he have to be carried out of the White House last time? No. And don't give me this whole Jan 6 BS. Trump didn't encourage anyone to do anything unlawful, and he left just willingly.
He'll have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to staff the political positions, but there's plenty of scrapees at the bottom of our national barrel. And so put people in position who are willing to use the power, the investigative and prosecutive power, to go after the president's enemies, to go after people they don't like. And that's a very dangerous place to be.
Oh, it is. I mean, hold up a sec here. Scrape the bottom of the barrel to staff political position. These people think that they're so star-spangled awesome. They are idiots. This is what they think of anyone who wants to do anything any way differently. They think we, the people, exist to serve them. And them and every other bureaucrat, that they reign supreme and we can't question them. And if we, the people who go to work every day to generate money, who pay James Comey and everyone else's government salaries, and if we have a difference of opinion, it's like blasphemy. These people are the worst. And then he talks about Trump using investigative powers after people that they don't like. Dude, the Attorney General right now, Merrick Garland, has been doing exactly this because Republicans denied him a seat on the Supreme Court. Dear Lord, did we dodge a bullet, by the way, with not having him on the Supreme Court? Every one of these prosecutions against Donald Trump, as we find out more and more, they all met with the White House and the DOJ before filing all these charges, whether it be Fani Willis or Alvin Bragg, all of them. Either James Comey lives under a rock or he's just lying through his teeth. I happen to think it's the latter, but whatever. The one thing that I think we all need to take away from this interview, and I think it's a shared thought amongst all of these snobs, that the institutions that they staff and direct, they think they are more important than the will of the people. Comey comes up and says, if you vote for Trump, you're voting against our institution. Yes, this is exactly what I'm voting against, those institutions. You nailed that part, James Comey, because our institutions have forgotten that they work for us. They have failed at literally everything. They like incompetence on top of incompetence. They have control over our money. Are we richer? No. They have control over our national security. Are we safer? No. Drugs, criminals, and terrorists are pouring through our southern border. They have control over our energy. Is it cheaper? Absolutely not. Control over our education. And since, by the way, the creation of the Federal Department of Education, our children's test scores have mirrored most of the paths of a lawn dart. They believe the more institutions, the institutions are more important than everything that you and I think. Let me say that again. These liberal, groupthink, overeducated DC insiders all think the same thing, that our institutions exist to perpetuate themselves. They do nothing except exist and consume progressively bigger and bigger budgets every single year. The left's last-ditch effort to maintain power is remarkable. They are just insinuating all these executive orders and staff changes to defy Trump when he becomes president. So you can sit there with Anderson Cooper and tell me that Trump is the threat to democracy, and I laugh. And they think by telling me that Trump is going to end these bureaucratic cesspools, it's going to make me not vote for him? That shows how little you know about the American people, James Comey, because the thought of Trump taking a machete to the government makes me want to tear off my shirt, paint MAGA on my chest while drinking any beer other than Bud Light, in the back of a V8 pickup truck, rolling coal, shooting fireworks into the air, screaming the national anthem with an eagle on my shoulder. You may have been the worst director of the FBI, but you are an even worse salesman for your own policies, James Comey.